The moment you open your eyes each day is not just the start of another 24 hours. It is the doorway to everything you have ever wanted. It is the chance to shape the trajectory of your life with precision, clarity, and purpose. Yet so few seize it. They hit snooze. They scroll. They stumble through the day reacting, not commanding. And then they wonder why success eludes them. Let me tell you something fundamental. The morning is a battlefield, and victory here determines victory everywhere. The habits, thoughts, and emotions you cultivate in the first hours of daylight ripple into every interaction, every decision, every opportunity. If you dominate your morning, you dominate your life. If you let it slip through your fingers, the world will dominate you. Some of history's greatest minds understood this instinctively. Edison didn't wait for inspiration to strike in the middle of the day. He rose with purpose, commanding every moment of his morning toward invention. Ford didn't leave greatness to chance. He began each day setting his mind, his energy, and his intention on what mattered most. Lincoln didn't drift into his presidency. He mastered the early hours, reading, thinking, preparing, growing while others slept. Winning the morning is not about waking early alone. It is about what you do with those early hours. It is the first battle in the war of self-mastery. And self-mastery, my friend, is the foundation of all success. First, the mind must awaken, but not the groggy mind, the distracted mind, the one that automatically reaches for what's easy and shallow. I am speaking of the mind that rises like a lion, stretching its claws over the day, setting its sights on every victory it will claim. Before the world demands anything of you, before problems arrive, before interruptions begin, the first hour is yours to command. Here you decide the emotional tone of the entire day. Here you determine if you will react or lead, if you will settle or conquer. Begin with thought. Thought is power. It is the seed of reality. When you rise, do not scroll. Do not drift into others' dramas. Begin with deliberate thinking. Focus on your purpose. Remind yourself of your vision, your mission, your unwavering reason for being. Thoughts have gravity. The quality of your morning thoughts attracts the quality of your day. After thought comes belief. You must believe in the power you hold. As Napoleon said long ago, your mind, your conviction, your faith is the magnet that draws opportunity. If your first hour begins with doubt, hesitation, or complaint, you magnetize more of the same into your day. But if you start with belief, absolute, unshakable belief, you set in motion forces that will align the universe with your intentions. Visualize your victory. See it in vivid detail. Not some vague wish, not some lukewarm dream. See the exact scene you want to create today. Imagine how you will act, how you will respond, how you will dominate the challenges that await. Imagine the energy you carry, the clarity of your decisions, the ease with which solutions appear. Your imagination is the rehearsal room for reality. What you see clearly in your mind manifests inevitably in your life. Purpose must follow vision. Your morning is the forge of purpose. Why are you alive today? What battle must you fight? What mission will define the next 24 hours? You cannot afford to wander through the hours reacting to the whims of circumstance. Purpose sets the course. Purpose ignites persistence. Purpose attracts allies, opportunities, and insight. The man or woman who rises without purpose rises to mediocrity. The one who rises with purpose awakens power. Discipline must govern the body. Without it, thought and vision remain fragile. You cannot dominate your life if you cannot dominate your own habits. Begin the morning with actions that reinforce your authority over yourself. Move your body. Condition it, fuel it, strengthen it. The mind follows the body. Energy feeds focus. Strength fosters resilience. Even 10 minutes of deliberate motion can shift your momentum, giving you leverage over lethargy, over distraction, over the low-level chaos that consumes ordinary people. Gratitude must saturate the spirit. Before the world demands from you, take inventory of what you already have. Gratitude transforms the mundane into opportunity, the ordinary into abundance. It is the lens through which your vision sharpens and your purpose clarifies. A morning without gratitude is a day without direction, a life without fuel. Give thanks, not for what you expect, but for what is already present. Feel it in your chest. Let it rise and shape every thought, every word, every action. Action is the natural product of a mastered morning. Planning without execution is fantasy. Thought without discipline is futility. Belief without action is illusion. The early hours are not a time for indecision. They are for movement. Identify your highest priorities. Attack them relentlessly. Begin with the one thing that will move you closest to your vision today, and execute it with intensity. Let no hesitation steal your advantage. Every completed action compounds in power and confidence. Every delay compounds regret and weakness. Adaptability follows naturally. As the morning unfolds, challenges will arrive. Unforeseen circumstances will demand flexibility. The mind that wins the morning is not rigid. It is resolute. It is anchored in purpose but nimble in approach. It bends without breaking. It sees obstacle not as threat but as instruction. The genius of Thomas Edison lay not only in his inventions but in his ability to pivot, to see failure as a teacher, to adapt strategy until the desired result manifested. The morning that begins with adaptability sets the tone for a day in which opportunities, however disguised, are seized with confidence. Resilience becomes evident when you confront resistance. Every morning contains potential for friction, unexpected emails, irritating people, technical failures, sudden problems. The weak awaken, complain, and succumb. The strong awaken, absorb, and advance. Resilience is not built by ease but by confrontation. The moment you meet resistance with discipline, clarity, and calm focus, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. That is the alchemy of winning the morning. That is the alchemy of life itself. Learning cannot be neglected. The morning is your classroom. The world is offering lessons to those alert enough to receive them. Read, reflect, listen, and expand. The intellect grows fastest in hours unclaimed by distraction. Napoleon understood that knowledge is power only when applied. The early hours are your laboratory for applied wisdom. Absorb it, internalize it, deploy it. The culmination of all these elements, thought, belief, vision, purpose, discipline, action, adaptability, resilience, learning, is alignment. Alignment with your highest self, with opportunity, with destiny. The morning is the practice ground for this alignment. If you rise unconsciously, alignment fails. If you rise consciously, mastery begins. Remember this: the first hour of your day is a test you will face 1,000 times, and your victory in this hour predicts your victory over your lifetime. The small disciplines, the minor victories, the deliberate focus, these accumulate unseen inexorably and sculpt the architecture of your existence. Edison didn't wait for luck. He designed success minute by minute, hour by hour, thought by thought. Ford didn't wait for fortune. He built it in the quiet hours when no one was watching. The great leaders of history, the inventors, the creators, the visionaries, they understood that life does not reward those who drift. It rewards those who act decisively before the world has begun to demand action. It rewards those who claim the morning before the chaos of day arrives. When you win your morning, you win your mind. When you win your mind, you win your actions. When you win your actions, you win your results. When you win your results, you win your life. There is no shortcut. There is no substitution. There is no luck. Only alignment, discipline, and deliberate choice. So when your eyes open tomorrow and the alarm sounds, do not groan, do not scroll, do not slip back into yesterday's habits. Rise with authority, claim your vision, affirm your purpose, feed your belief, ignite your energy, move your body, express gratitude, execute action, adapt without fear, persist without hesitation, learn with hunger. Align your soul with the day, and you will align your day with destiny, because every morning is a battlefield, and victory here determines everything. The morning is not merely a measurement of time. It is the arena where character is forged. You see, every great achievement in history began long before the sun was fully risen. Benjamin Franklin did not stumble into wisdom at noon. He rose early to master his mind, to plan, to think, to act. The first hour of the day is the foundation of all success. What you build there dictates what you become. As you rise, understand this truth. The world will attempt to distract you. It will tempt you with the easy, the shallow, the immediate, social media, gossip, the concerns of others. It will whisper, start later, rest now, wait until conditions are perfect. And yet history proves that conditions are never perfect. They are shaped by the courage and discipline of those willing to act in imperfection. Lincoln did not wait for the perfect political moment. He acted when history demanded, and the result was a nation transformed. To win the morning, you must claim your attention. Attention is your most valuable currency. Where your mind goes, your energy follows. If you allow it to scatter, your day dissolves into mediocrity. If you focus it deliberately, your entire reality bends toward your intention. Start by defining your priorities. The trivial will not move you. The urgent will not shape you. Identify the few tasks, the actions, the thoughts that will compound into victory over the day, the week, the year. Focus on those relentlessly. Belief is your engine. Without it, planning and effort are wasted. Thomas Edison faced 10,000 failures before the light bulb glowed. He believed the principle before he believed the result. That is the secret. When you rise with belief, every obstacle transforms into data, every delay into feedback, every challenge into instruction. Belief is the current that electrifies thought into creation. Without it, your morning becomes routine. With it, it becomes conquest. Visualization is the language of the universe. As you rise, picture your day, your week, your life as a movie. See yourself acting with confidence, moving with precision, attracting opportunity, responding with mastery. Feel it in your chest, in your gut. The mind cannot distinguish the imagined from the real when the emotion is vivid. The universe does not respond to vague wishes. It responds to clarity wrapped in feeling. See it, feel it, and then act as if it is already true. Discipline is your armor. Without it, the mind wavers. Energy drifts, action falters. The first hour is a test of your capacity to command yourself. Move your body. Strengthen it. Condition it. Napoleon once said that a weak body weakens the mind. The mind is sharpened in tandem with the body. 10 minutes of deliberate movement is a declaration of authority over your day. The first hour sets the emotional and physical tone for the entire day, creating momentum that compounds into achievement. Gratitude is the unseen lever of influence. Begin your day with awareness of what is already yours. Be thankful for breath, for vision, for energy, for the capacity to act. Gratitude transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. It creates receptivity. It opens doors that ambition alone cannot unlock. A morning without gratitude is like a sword without a blade. It has form but no force. Feed your spirit and the day will feed your success. Action is inevitable. The mind armed with belief and vision will create only when the body moves. There is no achievement without doing. Begin with the task that will most impact your purpose. Attack it with intensity, with focus, with no hesitation. Every completed action is a seed that grows into compounded success. Every delay is a weight dragging you back into mediocrity. Your morning is the laboratory of results. Work it, dominate it, claim it. Adaptability is the shield against chaos. The day will not go as expected. Opportunity will arrive in disguise. Obstacles will challenge your assumptions. Those who win the morning do not panic. They pivot. They bend without breaking. They redirect energy without losing momentum. The inventor, the leader, the entrepreneur, each has mastered the art of adaptation. Edison pivoted from failed experiments. Ford revised designs. Disney reimagined setbacks as stories. The early hours teach this lesson. Flexibility under discipline is mastery. Resilience is the fire of the morning. Resistance will rise both from the world and from within. You will confront distractions, doubts, fatigue, and frustration. But those who rise in mastery respond with persistence. They transform adversity into instruction. They learn faster, act bolder, and grow stronger. Every test in the morning is a rehearsal for every challenge the day will present. The early conqueror is resilient because the first hour of discipline creates unshakable momentum. Learning is the compass of the morning. Read, reflect, listen, expand. The mind grows fastest before the clutter of the day intervenes. Knowledge becomes power only when applied, and the first hours are a sanctuary for applied wisdom. Devour information that elevates your thinking, shapes your strategy, and sharpens your perception. The individual who neglects the morning loses both time and opportunity. The one who masters it becomes unstoppable. And then comes alignment, the natural synthesis of thought, belief, vision, purpose, discipline, action, adaptability, resilience, and learning. Alignment is invisible, but its effects are seen in every decision, every opportunity, every encounter. A morning aligned with purpose transforms ordinary hours into extraordinary days. The first hour dictates the last hour. The small victories compound, creating momentum, building confidence, constructing a life of influence and wealth. Every master you study, every Edison, every Ford, every Lincoln, every Franklin understood this principle. They did not wait for motivation. They did not wait for circumstances to align. They did not drift into greatness. They rose early. They acted decisively. They dominated their mornings, and in doing so they dominated their lives. When you awaken tomorrow, know this: your morning is a battlefield, but it is also your proving ground. You are tested in thought, in belief, in action. You are measured by how quickly you command your energy, how decisively you choose purpose over distraction, how relentlessly you pursue excellence. The weak allow the world to dictate their day. The strong dictate their day before the world awakes. Claim your vision first. Affirm your purpose first. Move your body first. Feed your mind first. Express gratitude first. Execute action first. Adapt without fear. Persist without hesitation. Learn with hunger. Align your energy and the day will align with you, because the day is a reflection of the morning. The week is a reflection of the day. The life is a reflection of the week. Small victories compounded become destiny. Do not underestimate the first hour. It is not trivial. It is not incidental. It is the launch pad of your existence. And finally, remember this: domination begins in the early hour. The mind that rises first controls the narrative. The energy that moves first shapes the environment. The soul that awakens first sets the rhythm of life. Those who master the morning master everything. They command their time, their destiny, their wealth, and their influence. Rise with intention. Rise with clarity. Rise with discipline. Rise with gratitude. Rise with unshakable belief. Move as though the entire universe is responding to your first step, and it is. The morning is yours. Own it, and by owning it you own your life. Every great life ever lived was built on the foundation of mornings seized, not mornings wasted in hesitation, distraction, or comfort, but mornings claimed like territory, like the prize of your destiny. You may not realize it yet, but the person who controls their morning controls the currents of fate itself. The subtle, silent victories you achieve before sunrise set in motion forces that shape hours, days, and years. Imagine the energy of the world as a river. Most people drift with the current. They rise late, move sluggishly, respond instead of create, and wonder why life passes by. But the master of the morning steps into the river upstream. They paddle first. They carve the channel. They shape the flow. They become the river itself, and everything else is carried toward their chosen destination. Edison understood this. He didn't drift. He propelled. Ford didn't wait for demand. He created it. Every legend you study started where few dare, at the edge of the morning, commanding every moment before the world could demand their attention. Your first hour is a mirror. It reflects your discipline, your ambition, your belief in yourself. If you fill it with indecision, laziness, distraction, the reflection will mock you all day. If you fill it with focus, gratitude, action, and vision, the reflection will empower you, will remind you of your strength, and will echo back every ounce of confidence you need. The morning listens. The morning rewards. The morning builds or destroys. And it always keeps tally. And do not fool yourself. No one will hand you success. No one will honor your potential because it exists. Fortune favors the prepared, the relentless, the early riser. The moment you open your eyes and claim authority over your thoughts, your body, your energy, and your choices, you send a signal. I am awake. I am ready. I will not be denied. The universe responds to the force of intention, to the clarity of conviction, to the magnitude of action. The first step is awareness. Notice how easily distraction creeps in. Notice how alluring it is to sleep, to scroll, to postpone. Notice it, and refuse it. That refusal is your first victory. Awareness without action is wasted, but awareness followed by deliberate choice is power manifested. You have already taken your first step. If you rise with recognition of the moment's gravity. Next comes the orchestration of energy. Decide what you will feed. decide the quality of thought, the emotion, the intent. The body, mind, and spirit are instruments, and the morning is your symphony. Strike the chord of strike the chord of purpose, strike the chord of focus. Let them resonate together, and the day itself will harmonize with your will. Remember the leaders who shaped history. Lincoln spent dawn hours reading, thinking, planning. Ford rose before factories stirred, directing his imagination and strategy. Disney walked alone through the quiet morning, dreaming kingdoms that did not yet exist. They understood a secret most ignore: the world obeys those who first obey themselves. The battle begins at sunrise, not at the office, not in meetings, not feeding inspiration. The war for your destiny is won in the hours when you are the only one awake to fight. Action is the engine. Thought and intention matter, but without movement they remain vapor. Pick the task that aligns with your vision, and attack it with precision and intensity. Let nothing fragment your focus. The small victories compound into momentum, and momentum compounds into greatness. One deliberate hour, executed with mastery, can define the trajectory of your week. 1 hour lost can define a life. Adaptability tempers the journey. Plans will falter, circumstances will shift, and resistance will run. Those who win the morning do not cower, they pivot. They bend but do not break. Edison faced thousands of failed experiments, yet each failure was a lesson applied. Ford adjusted models until the market could not ignore him. Disney reimagined setbacks into stories that enthralled generations. Adaptability. Adaptability is not creation. Resilience fortifies the spirit. Obstacles appear with mathematical precision to measure your strength. They will test patience, willpower, and clarity. The early meets these tests not with panic, but with strategy. They absorb the friction, convert it into fuel, and move forward. Every hardship encountered in the first hour teaches a skill that will compound across every hour of the day. You are not simply squatting, resigning, and fortifying yourself for all the challenges that will inevitably arise. Learning elevates your morning from action to legacy. The first hours are your laboratory, your classroom, your sanctuary. Here you prepare for victories unseen, opportunities unformed, and outcomes not yet visible. The mind that awakens to learn commands not only the day but the future, and then the alignment and forge. Thought, belief, purpose, discipline, action, resilience, and learning synchronize. You are no longer a passive participant. You are the architect. You are both builder and blueprint. Every decision aligns with destiny. Every movement magnifies potential. Every intention becomes. The morning ceases to be a period of time and becomes a force, a vector of success, an arrow aimed at your highest self. Now feel it. Feel the energy that rises when you take control of your first hour with clarity. The power. This is not theory. This is not. This is not. It is the very principle that Edison, Ford, Lincoln, Franklin, Disney, and countless others trades before the world acknowledged their greatness. They understood that mastery of the morning equates to mastery of life. When you rise tomorrow, rise like a warrior claiming territory. Rise like a leader assuming command. Rise like a creator summoning reality to obey vision. Begin with thought. With belief. Sharpen with clarity. Ignite with purpose. Fortify with discipline. Express with action. Adjust with adaptability. Strengthen with resilience. Expand with learning. And align with all of it. Until the year spends in response. Let the world wait while you act. Let palm and break against your momentum. Let resistance be a witness to your power. When you dominate your morning, no day, no month, no circumstance can dominate. You will move with authority. You will execute with precision. You will respond with strategy, and you will advance towards success that is inevitable, unstoppable, and fully deserved. The first hour is a test, a declaration, a battle. Win it consistently, and life becomes your design, not your reaction. Win it consistently, and life, not your reaction. Lose it, and the world will steal opportunities and potential before you can reclaim them. The choice is yours today, every day, in every morning. So rise with intention, rise with discipline, rise with vision, rise with gratitude, rise with belief, execute with precision, persist with courage, learn with hunger, adapt with intelligence, align with purpose, command your first hour, and you will command your life, because the truth is simple, yet profound. Win the morning, and you will win everything. Every victory, every achievement, every dream begins in those sacred unseen hours when the world sleeps, and only you are awake to claim your destiny. You are awake now. You have heard the call. The morning is yours. The life you desire is yours. Claim it, own it, dominate it, and let nothing, no circumstance, no person, no inner doubt, ever convince you that you are anything less than the master of your hours, the architect of your destiny, the commander of your life. The time to act is now. The place to rise is here. The moment is this one. Win it, and all that follows will bow to the force of your intent. Rise acute, conquer, win your morning, win your life.